Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 271. Now today, the collectible of the day is the Mezco Toyz 112 Collective Universal Monsters Frankenstein action figure. Perhaps the most iconic monster of all time, Frankenstein first terrified audiences in 1931. Portrayed by legendary actor Boris Karloff as a terrifying yet misunderstood and tormented creature, Universal's Frankenstein monster has gripped moviegoers' imaginations ever since. Cobbled together from corpses stolen from graves, reanimated by lightning, Frankenstein terrorized a small village while seeking vengeance on his creator. Meticulously developed to capture the terrifying look of the iconic creature and outfitted on a 112 collective body, the figure's detailing is incredible. The final product captures the look and spirit of the character as appeared in the legendary film. This Frankenstein action figure has accurate real fabric clothing with hyper-realistic head sculpts. It has super articulation for advanced posability, and even has a sutured forearm and film-accurate asphalt spreader boots. Box contains the Frankenstein figure, one standard head portrait and one angry head portrait, a pair of posing and grasping hands, both with attached forearms, functional shackle with real metal chain, and display base with posing post. The castle entrance stone diorama was sold separately and also released by Mezco Toyz. Now, the comic of the day is Madame Frankenstein, issue number 6, from Image Comics, with a cover date of October 2014, with story by Jamie S. Rich, art by Megan Levins, and cover by Joel Jones and Nick Filardi. The story opens with Vincent angry and very unhappy, and even bitter with his creature, and throws her down a flight of stairs into Irene's basement, who is Vincent's lab partner. He easily keeps her in the basement with the flame from a small candle, due to her being afraid of the fire. Vincent has decided she needs to be punished and needs to learn her place in this world. He then calls her a failed experiment. Shortly, Vincent gets called away by a telegram to meet up with Henry, his brother, at Courtney's grave in the cemetery. Courtney is the woman who has since become Vincent's creature. At the gravesite, Henry confronts his brother Vincent over everything. How he's now broke, and he's been stealing drugs from the campus pharmacy because of his drug addiction, his using a stolen medical license, the lies he's told his girlfriend, Linda Ruby, and how he's the one who killed Courtney in a drinking and driving incident. Vincent, high on drugs, attacks his brother Henry. Meanwhile, Linda Ruby quietly lets herself into Irene's home, and then her basement, to face off against the spurned creature. Vincent's girlfriend isn't fascinated or even empathetic towards the creature. She's completely cruel. She begins speaking to her as if she's an uncomprehending animal, something to be amused at or treated as if in a zoo. She taunts the creature with the flame, saying that a little fire is enough to scare her into submission, while telling her how the Frankenstein film was what she was modeled after thanks to Vincent. At that same moment, the fight in the cemetery turns deadly. Vincent decides to shut his brother Henry up for good and bashes his skull in with a rock. While Vincent is killing his brother, the incensed creature catches Linda Ruby afire with a flame while repeating, "I am not scared," over and over. Irene enters the basement and puts out the fire, engulfing the woman, while the creature escapes, while repeating, "Not scared, not scared." At the cemetery, covered in blood, we witness Vincent shooting up morphine after burying his brother and listening to the drug-induced fairies, reassuring him he's doing the right thing. This story is continued in the next issue, titled, "All Things Must End." Geek Fact: unlike The Bride of Frankenstein, this story focuses on a female monster, and it's not created for a pre-existing monster, but for the creator himself. Bonus Geek Fact: this series was turned into a graphic novel in 2015 and was subtitled The Feminine Monstrosity. Another bonus geek fact: Frankenstein, or The Modern Prometheus, was originally a novel written in 1818 by English author Mary Shelley. It was published under Anonymous. Another bonus geek fact: Shelley's name was not attached to the book until 3 years later in 1821 with the French second edition, due to fears of rejection because of her being a woman. And final geek fact: the first appearance of Frankenstein in comics was in Prize Comics, issue number 7, with a cover date of December 1940. The artist of this issue was the one and only Jack Kirby. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for today's Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is CatFan ComicsMan, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.